Om Shanti, 14th April, English Murli. Sweet children, instill the habit of remembering the Father and you will become soul conscious. You will remain happy and intoxicated all the time and your behavior will be reformed. Question: while drinking the nectar of knowledge, how do some children become traitors? Answer: children who, on the one hand, drink the nectar of knowledge and, on the other hand, perform dirty activities, that is, those who have devilish activity and do disservice, who don't reform their activities even after belonging to God, who talk about things of Maya among themselves and who cause sorrow for one another, are traitors. Baba says, children, you have come here to change from devils into deities. Therefore, talk about knowledge among yourselves, imbibe divine virtues and remove whatever devilish traits you have in yourselves. Make your intellect pure and clean. Song: My fortune having awakened, I have come. Om Shanti. You children heard the song and children sang the song. Anyone who goes to school keeps his fortune in his intellect and is aware that he will pass a particular examination. He has the aim and objective of that fortune in his intellect. You children now know that you have already adopted the new world in your fortune. We have already brought with us the fortune of claiming our inheritance from the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, the Creator of the new world, which inheritance, the inheritance of changing from a human being into a deity, that is, of changing from an ordinary man into Narayan. He takes you away from this corrupt kingdom of Ravana. This is the corrupt kingdom of Ravana. Those who are corrupt are born through vice, and those who indulge in vice are called corrupt. God speaks, lust is the greatest enemy. You have to conquer it. Only then will you become elevated. Bharat is corrupt, and Bharat will become elevated. Dirty, impure clothes are called corrupt. There are no corrupt beings in the Golden Age, because there is no kingdom of Maya there. At this time, it is the kingdom of Ravana. Everyone has the five vices in him. If the kingdom of Ravana existed in the Golden Age, they would burn an effigy of him there too. These things do not exist there. There they are elevated. In the corrupt world, when someone is in a high position, everyone accepts him. For instance, sannyasis are in a very good position, and so everyone accepts them because they remain pure, and this is why everyone thinks that they are good. Even the government believes the sannyasis to be better than them. They even make them the Rajguru, Guru of the ruler. There is no mention of gurus in the Golden Age. A guru is someone who grants salvation. They have made up stories in the scriptures. King Janak jailed those who didn't have the knowledge of the Brahma element or of Raj Yoga. When he received the knowledge of Raj Yoga, he attained liberation in life in a second. Corrupt doesn't only mean those who accept bribes. No, the Father says all human beings are corrupt because everyone's body is created through vice. Your bodies have also been created through vice. However, you now consider yourselves to be souls, and you belong to the Father and have let go of body consciousness. Therefore, you are the mouth-born creation of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. You are God's children. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul has made you souls belong to Him. These are very deep matters. We souls have become the dynasty of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. The soul says Baba. In the Golden Age, a soul will not say Baba to the Supreme Soul. There, living beings will say Baba to living beings. You are living beings. Baba has now told you to have the faith that you are souls and to remember the Supreme Soul. The birth of you Brahmins is the most elevated of all. The soul says, I have now become your child. You have not come out of a womb. You have become his by recognizing him. Shiv Baba, I belong to you, and I will follow your directions. These are very subtle matters. Baba has said, when you come to Baba, have the faith that you are sitting in front of Shiv Baba. Souls are incorporeal, and Shiv Baba is also incorporeal. Only by your remembrance of Shiv Baba are your sins absolved. If you don't remember him, you become corrupt. This is such a serious matter, but children forget they are sitting in the lap of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Because of forgetting, you don't have that intoxication or happiness. If you instill the habit of remembering Baba, you will become soul conscious. There are many daughters abroad. They are not personally in front of the Father, but they still remember Baba. You have to remember Baba with a lot of love, just as a bride remembers her bridegroom with a lot of love. When she doesn't receive a letter from him, she gets very distressed. You brides have found the bridegroom after a lot of stumbling around, and so you should have very good remembrance. Your behavior also has to be very good. The throats choke of those whose behavior is devilish. Baba can understand from someone's activity that he doesn't stay in remembrance, and that is why he is unable to imbibe anything. If someone is unable to do service, he cannot claim a high status. First of all, belong to the Father. First, you have to become a BK. A BK would definitely remember Shiv Baba because you have to claim your inheritance from the grandfather. It takes a lot of effort to stay in remembrance. None of you should think that your intellect becomes connected in yoga to Baba just because you eat bhog that has been offered to him. No, that is just eating pure food. However, if you don't make that effort, you haven't done anything. It is only by having remembrance that you will become elevated. Purity is first. A soul needs the power of yoga in order to become pure. One cannot become pure by bathing in water because it is the soul that becomes impure. You cannot say that the jewelry is false and that the gold is real. Those people believe that the soul is pure whereas the body, jewelry, is false and that they are cleansing that. Not so. If the soul were pure, then his body would be pure. There isn't a single elevated being here. You would not say this in the Golden Age. There, they are completely viceless. If the caution is impure, how can the soul be pure? It is not possible that the gold would be real and the jewelry would be false. You must explain very clearly that, at this time, not a single one is elevated. Neither do they know the Father, nor are they pure. You children know that it is the poor ones who make incognito effort to claim their fortune of the kingdom. Everyone else is to be destroyed. This knowledge is for Bharat. Baba says, give this knowledge to my devotees, whether they are worshippers of Shiva or of the deities. Some have even been converted into other religions. They will also emerge from there. The main thing here is purity. This is why impure human beings make those people their gurus and bow down to them. The Supreme Soul is ever pure. You cannot call those people completely viceless. The praise of the Supreme Soul is separate from the praise of the deities. The praise of deities is completely viceless. They then definitely have to become vicious. Imbibe these things in your intellect and then explain to others. Yadavas and Kauravas, as was the king, so were the subjects. All were destroyed. There were the cries of victory for the Pandava army, but that is incognito. In the scriptures, they have shown that the Pandavas melted on the mountains. They have said that annihilation took place, but there is in fact no annihilation. The God of the Gita says, I establish religion. I have come into the impure world to create the pure kingdom. I have come to teach Raj Yoga. Raj Yoga is also taught at the exhibitions. Everything of yours depends on the way you explain. Baba has told you to make pictures of how we live while doing Raj Yoga. Let the picture of Shri Baba be at the top. We are sitting in remembrance of Shri Baba and following his directions. He is Shri Shri Rudra and is making us elevated. In fact, the title Shri Shri belongs to him. Why has Bharat fallen so far down? It is mainly because they believe God to be omnipresent and also consider themselves to be God. You know that only the one Father is the Satguru. This is his birthplace. Only the Father comes and tells you the true story of Narayan and takes your boat across. The Father says, you call me alone the purifier. I alone have to take everyone back. This is the time of settlement, when everyone settles their accounts and returns. Everyone says that there should be New Bharat and New Delhi. However, New Bharat was heaven. It is now hell. People continue to become corrupt. These matters have to be understood and explained to others. No one knows the form of a soul or the Supreme Soul. Although they say that souls are the children of the Supreme Soul, they need to have knowledge. The Father has knowledge. Souls do not have knowledge. They don't understand anything about how many rebirths souls take, where they reside, how they come here, or how they become unhappy. You children know that Baba has come to make you souls pure, so those divine virtues are also needed. I am becoming a deity, and so I must not have any defects. Otherwise, there will be 100-fold punishment. If someone makes a promise for purity and then performs wrong actions, he becomes 100% impure. Instead of doing service, he does even more disservice. Therefore, the status is destroyed. Always discuss knowledge among yourselves. We have come to Baba to change from thorns into flowers, that is, from humans into deities, and to claim our inheritance of heaven from the Father. Just tell this one thing to one another. No one knows the form of a soul or the Supreme Soul. Although they say that a soul is a child of the Supreme Soul, however, there has to be knowledge and dharana. Those who speak about things of Maya or cause others sorrow are called traitors. It has been shown that devils were given the nectar of knowledge to drink, and yet they went outside and performed dirty activities. There are many who continue to drink the nectar of knowledge and also continue to do this service. In fact, all of you are Kumaris, and there are temples built of half Kumaris. The Dilwala temple is your accurate memorial. Among you too, this sits in your intellects with great difficulty. The intellect has to be very clean. You now belong to God's family. Therefore, just consider how good your behavior should be, so that people can believe that you truly do receive Srimad. Only when you become the most elevated of all, here can you receive a status there, become elevated here. While living at home and with your families, become pure in this final birth. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bab-Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. First point, although you eat pure food, you must definitely make effort for remembrance to make the soul pure. Only by having remembrance will you become elevated and have your sins absolved. Second point, now that you have to return home at this time of settlement, settle all your old karmic accounts. Only talk about things of knowledge among yourselves. Don't speak about things of Maya. Blessing, may you transform yourself by recognizing the time and atmosphere and become loving to all. Description, those who have the power to transform themselves are loved by all, and they are easy in their thinking. They also have the power to mold themselves. They would never say, why were my ideas, my plans, my service not accepted even though they are so good? To have this consciousness of mind means to be mixed. Therefore, recognize the time and the atmosphere and transform yourself, and you will be loved by all and become number one victorious. Slogan, become one who finishes problems, not an embodiment of problems. Om Shanti.